Welcome in. I guess we are starting off and going to start rolling. This is going to be another fun one. It's week, what, 7 now? Golly, can't believe we're already here. How crazy is this nonsense? With that in mind, it's been a weird one. We don't know who is all playing. This whole mix up with the Rams backfield is rough. I am very worried about it. That is for sure. And so I actually would prefer not to play any of them. Completely understand if that's not an option for you because of everybody on by. But it's going to be tough. More news with Hunt right now, I guess, is showing a 0 in ESPN leagues. That's interesting. It's definitely worrisome at the very least to say that yeah, we're halfway through. But um yeah, it's Hunt having a 0, not sure if Watson's playing, kind of looks like he's going to be. Just the weirdness of all these other players that we're just not 100% on. Um, so I don't think there's any big questions that's been asked. It's mostly really going in circles around Moss. Uh, yeah, it says he's expected to play, but he's still showing 0. I'm sure it's just because they haven't updated it, but it's definitely a mess. I don't like any of it, much like I don't like most of the uh, Rams running backs. My favorite plays right now are actually Jerome Ford and Brian Robinson. I think there's a lot of potential upside there. So that's fair. I wouldn't just, again, the issue with this really comes with the fact that Cook, we know it's a tough matchup, but the Browns defense has been so good. I like the idea of the dump offs that are potentially there. But with the fact that he's still splitting with Moss, the Browns run D being that much better. I get trying to get away from Cook because again, tough matchup. The split in that backfield has been rough as well. Don't love that for him. So I get trying to do it. I can't bring myself to. I have Cook currently 16 with Taylor 19 and Moss 21. Like I said, you can't really get away from a lot of the mixed backfields because of all the buys, and even that being that low is rough. So completely understand, bud. Welcome in. Make sure you get, that is correct. That is also my worry. That front 7 has been impressive. So let's see. Oh, that's a fun question. Actually, let's go with Daniel. We'll work through Daniel's start sits. I saw him pop up on Discord. PPR, DK Bourne or Wandale Robinson. I'm gonna go with Wandale. The lot of opportunities there. Um, I like DK, but he still has that injury and hasn't been seeing the targets that he should. Uh, with how they're kind of using it, Lockett's been the one getting the uptick. They keep saying that they're going to include JSN more, so that also gives me a little bit of a worry. Uh, his next one is standard Palmer, Cooper, or Hollywood Brown. That one's a little tougher. I think Brown right now is leading everybody in air yards. Pretty impressive. He can start connecting there, but your safe play is going to be Cooper. That's an easy matchup for sure. Welcome him, Sven Tigre. That's fun. Or Tigre, probably. That's uh, a river. Absolutely love that. Okay, PPR. Tyler Higbee or Craig Reynolds? Oh, man, that's rough. I'm probably going to lean Reynolds. I do think they're able to pass a lot today, but I think again it's going to be focused on Cup and Puka seeing a lot of the volume. So hopefully that helps. The Andy Mark Show. Welcome in. Flowers and Metcalf. It's going to be Flowers. Again, I'm haven't loved the usage of Metcalf this season. It's been tough, and so with that in mind, I'm gonna lean Flowers. He's starting to be more consistent, which makes me a little more excited for him, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that helps, Andy. Do I hold out for CMC or play Aaron Jones today? I mean, it kind of looks like CMC is going to play. But if you're really worried about it, Jones should have a good game. My worry again is that he is coming back from injury as well. CMC at least has practice. Jones is allegedly back, but I'm still frustrated from last week when I really thought they were going to let him play and he got injured again. And so the risk is there. If you're worried about not having CMC, even if you can pick up Mitchell or Mason, I mean, I prefer Mitchell the most. I think he's the clear backup there, so that's how I would lean. But yeah, so I prefer CMC for sure. But it would help if you could also drop to pick up one of them as well. T Jazz, welcome in. Ramondre, Ford, Taylor, Zay Flowers, Addison. Need 2 for RB and 1 for flex. So I need 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 5. Okay. I'm going Ford for sure, Flowers for sure, and then we get in trouble. I'm probably going to go Ramondre. I know that's terrifying. I hate the Browns' defense, but I think the fact that Ramondre is against a decent run opportunity, I wish they would use him more. I am nervous about it, but again, I liked his usage last week. I thought it was a big benefit to him. So I'd go Ford, Ramondre, and Flowers there. I get one to play Taylor, but that Browns D has me worried as well as them splitting still with him and Moss. And Browns are just good. It's terrifying. So hopefully that helps. Kyle Benson, welcome in. Pick 2. Mike Evans, Puka, Taylor, non PPR. Ooh. It's going to be Evans and Puka. Again, worried about Taylor. So hopefully that helps, Kyle. Oh, man. All right. We're going to continue to work through Andy's questions or Daniel's questions while we're waiting. Half PPR, Pittman, Deontay Rice, or Foreman. I'm probably going to play Pittman. I like Johnson coming back, but again, makes me nervous. Rice with Hardman coming back. I think Hardman might actually be a sleeper this week. I'm taking a lot of bets on him for sure. Foreman, again, I'm worried how they split last week with him and Darrington. So I'm definitely going to roll out Pittman. I know it's scary. Xavier, welcome in. Maybe got the answer for Devontae Smith or Godwin being hurt by Smith for yeah. I completely understand that. But you kind of can't sit him right now, unfortunately. Godwin has the opportunity, but isn't a great matchup for him. It's not good for Evans either, but Mayfield has shown that he likes Evan more. It's clearly his target of choice. Otten's the one getting the usage. So I'm going to lead Devontae Smith there. So hopefully that helps, Xavier. Alexis, welcome in. Jahan Dotson or Michael Meyer? Oh, I'm going to go Mayer. Dotson just isn't being used even in this matchup. I really think there's an opportunity for him, but they're probably going to end up leaning with McLaurin and Robinson and probably Samuel again, which just leaves Dotson as the odd man out. They really aren't using him in any way. It's extremely frustrating to watch. So hope that helps, Alexis. Sharkins, 5280. Nice. In a tough spot, Jameson Williams or D. Henderson. Yeah, that is tough. I'm probably gonna lean Henderson. I think he is the one who gets that backfield under control. I don't love it because it's an easier matchup to pass against. I wish I need to see more out of Williams before I really trust him. If you're looking for upside, it's definitely going to be Williams. Henderson does not have that upside opportunity. Mostly because of the matchup. It's too easy for them to really deviate from him and not have to worry about using the run game a whole lot. This is actually a great opportunity for which is why I like Stafford so much this week. The passing opportunity is going to be there, and it's pretty easy to stick with. So hopefully that helps. Andy Marks, you're back again. All right, pick 2: Hollywood, Myers, Sutton, and Godwin. It's going to be it's PPR. I'm going to go Myers and Sutton. If it's anything else, I'm probably going to go Sutton and Brown. Again, the air yards are a big thing with Brown, and so in a standard opportunity, he's still seeing enough volume to make him pretty viable. So hopefully that helps. All right. Hey, there's the question that I was looking for. So the first one I picked was Robinson for from the Discord of DK Born and Wandale. Robinson should see the volume. He's been really good with High Rod. Jones is out for sure. So and standard Palmer, Cooper, and Hollywood. This is where I'm leaning Cooper. I like Palmer's matchup. His best games have actually been against Kansas City, but it's standard. So I'm looking for more yards and or touchdowns, and I think Cooper can do that in an easier matchup. So these are all ranked pretty similar for me. Half PPR, Pittman, Deontay, Rice, or Foreman. I'm going to go Pittman there. Deontay just coming back, not sure it's going to be used. Rice with Hardman coming back. I think Hardman's more interesting. Oh, Francisco, welcome in. Pick 2. Pickens, Pittman, Bourne, or Robinson. It's standard. Dang it. Probably still going to go Robinson and Pickens. I know Johnson's back, but I do think they're going to still use Pickens a good amount. Love Pittman. Again, I just really hate the matchup for him. He has a tough matchup against the Browns. And so I'm really nervous about that game. I expect the Browns to try and keep away. Yes. Whatever you put up, I'm going to read. All right. Aaron Jones, Christian Watson, Ford, Palmer, pick 2. Of them, I'm going to go with Ford and Watson. Love really seemed to target him a lot. I would say Jones, but again, we're not 100% on that. I love Palmer, but don't love the matchup, even though has been his best games. I just think the opportunities there are Ford and Watson for sure. PPR, Godwin, Palmer, or Bourne. Palmer there. Oh, Francisco. Oh. Yes. It's Pickens and Robinson. Yeah. Just wanted to run through all the options and why I'm choosing those two specifically. So hopefully that makes it more clear. Oh, wrong show. Yes, I'm Ron Burgundy. So just how that goes. All right, almost done with Dan's question. Stevenson or Ford? Ford. And then Ingram or McLaughlin. It's standard. I think Ingram's more likely to score, but I think there's more upside with McLaughlin. So I would go McLaughlin. Also just that run. Ever since Connor's been out, that's too difficult for me to be messing with. Cardinals against the Seahawks, so it's fine. Hey, Polo, welcome in. Juwan Jennings or Ray. Oh my gosh, Polo. Yikes! I would probably go. Make me itch. Juwan. Like how he's used a little more. Trust him more. Unless you get more points for kick returns, then Ray becomes interesting. But I still think I lean Juwan there. Jay Dilly, welcome in. Flowers, Addison, Madison. Oi. It's half. That makes it a little more interesting. I'm probably going to lean. Oh man, that's tough. Flowers is probably your best bet here. I really like Madison. This week especially, they are struggling. But last week with Jefferson out, he saw 4 targets, caught them all at 28 yards. He also ran for like 40 yards. So you mix those two together and you have a pretty good opportunity there. So those are the two I'm really between. I'm terrified of Addison right now. Don't love the matchup. I do think he has the opportunity to play well, but Kirk Cousins primetime against the 49ers, I'm terrified. I'd much rather trust Madison with dump offs and that short area target usage. So going lean Flowers there, Jay Dilly. Hopefully that helps. Kyle, thanks for the narrative, Kyle. This team is terrible. Have Moss, Freeman, Algier, Tutu, Rondale are the only FAs. Free agency, huh? Need an RB and a flex. I'm still probably going to lean Moss there. And then for it, I'm probably going to go with Tony. Think he offers the most upside. Tutu is probably a safe play this week based on the matchup. But the way that Tony likes to randomly score, I feel like this is a random score week. Rondale I also like, but it's more again, that team is tough to read when it comes to who they're going to use at wide receiver when it comes to the Cardinals. So I'm probably going to roll out. I guess they're free agents. I'd rather just go Moss and Tutu here. Um, I can't bring myself to play a Rams running back unless I absolutely have to. So hopefully that helps, Kyle. Swilly, welcome in. Gus Edwards or Royce Freeman. Freeman, this is the one time I'm willing to play a Rams running back because my lack of trust in any Ravens running back is more so than the Rams. So still any trust in Mitchell? Yes. Either way, I think this is a game they have under control for a majority of it. With CMC having injury, I think Mitchell actually gets a lot of opportunities. So I think in a game that they win, Mitchell should be a potentially an easy flex for you with his opportunity to score and the fact that they should be able to move the ball without CMC. So it's a win-win for you. Hopefully that helps, Porter. Cody Wells, welcome in. Hunt or Najee? Oh my gosh. Man, if it's PPR, you kind of have to go Hunt. But it's tough. Najee has actually been okay. I know it's not great. He's getting 3.9 yards per carry, which again, not super because he waits too long, but I'm probably going to lean Hunt. The opportunity is there. He should be playing. My big thing is I could see them getting up. I think Ford really controls a majority of it, but when they get up, I could see them using Hunt more. And so, Lil Wale, welcome in. One wide receiver, one flex. Going to go Lockett for sure, and then you're probably Smith, but it's honestly close. Both him and Addison have a lot of upside this week. I'm trusting Smith more. There's some more banged up players on the Eagles, so that's how I'd lean it. Jay Dilly back again because it is overstated, but it's also the fact that the 49ers are also a good defense. So yeah, and the fact that they don't have JJ, this game terrifies me for everybody except for really Madison and Hawkinson. I think both of them get a boost up. Outside of that, you're really hoping for a long play from either Osborne or Addison to really boost this team. So yeah, I like to play it up because it's funny. But all right, Rob, welcome in. Ravens or Browns defense? It's the Browns, man. That defense is really good. It's a matchup that's very easy for them. They should be able to dominate it. So, and as we saw last week, Minshew likes to throw picks. So they turn that into a pick six. It's done. Those are actually one of my higher rated defense this week. So Nikki, welcome in. Lamar or Tua. Golly, I have these really close. So it really depends on what you're looking for. I'm probably I have Tua higher because of the fact that it's an easier matchup for me. The secondary of the Eagles are their weakness. It's an area that Tua can easily exploit. My only issue is that they end up running for touchdowns. I hate the matchup for Lamar, but he is a rusher, can move the ball, has a decent pass catchers. So there's options there. I just prefer Tua this week in the matchup. That Eagles secondary is rough. NJ activities, nice. Madison or Pickens? Chasing upside, I'm going to go Pickens. I like Madison a lot this week, but again, it's the Steelers. They're going to have to play catch up. It's going to be him and Johnson. Johnson just coming back from injury, so I'm going to roll out Pickens and chase that upside. Swilly's back. All right, half PPR. It's Warren. I know it's not great. I don't love the matchup for Cook or Murray. Murray seems to also have made a bigger hole, but I think Warren is your option here. He's been hitting close to double-digit PPR points. So in half, he's probably still around that 7 to 9 mark. So it's hard to get away from him. That's a pretty steady number, and especially in a week like this week. Cody back again. All right, McLaughlin or Waller? It's PPR. Man, I love Williams and McLaughlin's matchups this week. I just again don't know who it's going to be with the fact that Jones is out. I'm willing to roll out Waller here. It's going to be between him and Robinson in a decent matchup. So that's how I'm going to roll. I'm going to actually play Waller. P-Dog Rush, 23, start 3. Godwin, Lockett, Osborne, Palmer, Downs. Okay, it's PPR, so I'm going Lockett's locked in. Then I'm going to go Palmer, who continues to have his best games against Kansas City. It's literally his top 3 games, and he's either scored or had over 60 yards. And then Downs, I think they're going to focus on Pittman. I think the fact that Minshew's going to throw a lot helps. Downs has been pretty consistent, hitting double digits every week that he's been with Minshew. So those are 3 I'm looking at. Nicky, flex Ford. Definitely playing Ford. I don't care. That matchup is just too good for him in a game that they should be able to control a lot of opportunity. Nightmare, welcome in. Good morning. Moss or Foreman? I really hate this question. I'm going to go Moss because we know how it's at least going to be close to 50-50. Foreman, the way they used him last week with Darrington, I can't trust that offense, especially now with a rookie running it. So I'm staying away from him. So I'd lean Moss there, Nightmare. What the heck? Fattest Bear was actually named, what was that, 2 weeks ago? If you guys haven't looked, she's a big one. I don't know. They don't weigh them, but it's just based on looked. So they're the fluffier they are, the heavier they are, or bigger they are. Lil Wale, welcome in. Keontae, Warren, or Algier. It's going to be Warren. Trust his usage the most, and especially in a PPR format, he's the only one who really catches passes. It was actually Mercado who saw more than Keontae when it came to the passing game. So hope that helps. Osborne or Deontay? Oy. I'm probably going to go Deontay because, again, we know what Osborne is. He's not anything super special. He is running a lot of routes and seeing wide receiver 1 usage, but not enough. It's not focused enough. So I'm going to hope that Johnson does something. Mostert or Puka? Man. PPR, it's Puka. That matchup is just too good for me to get away from it. But it's really hard to not play Mostert. Even, I mean, the way they've been using him, it's hard to get away from it. So PPR, it's Puka. Otherwise, half and less, I'm probably going to go Mostert. With Firemoon out, will you start Deontay Johnson over Jalen Warren at flex? I'm probably still going to go Warren there. Like it coming back, but I like his usage more, especially with him out. Jonathan Rooney, welcome in. Let's see. Waller or Musgrave? I'm probably going to go Waller. Again, my issue with I'm worried about the Packers. The way Love did not look at anybody else outside of Watson really annoyed me last week. I'm hoping they fix that, but until they prove that they did, I'm not trusting anybody not named Watson and Jones. So hopefully that helps, Jonathan. Rob Morzello or Morzillo, depending on if you're Latinx. All right, McLaughlin or Foreman. We're going to go with McLaughlin. More opportunities. Pass catching was not with Foreman. It was with Evans. So I'm getting away from it. Why do they want? I absolutely hate them. This is why. This is why the Packers are not good right here. Stop doing that. I understand if he's hurt, then don't play him. Well, sit him out another week. But having him on a pitch count isn't helping him get better. Ooh. X9K Bartley 9X. I never understand these. Okay. Devontae Smith or Jacoby Myers? I'm going to go Myers. It's too hard to sit him right now. He's playing so well, and I understand it's Hoyer throwing the ball, but I still think the opportunity's there. He's been the most consistent wide receiver. And so I'd much rather go consistency here than hope that Smith is the guy that he should be this week. So that's kind of how I'm in there. Hopefully that helps. Chucklemane, welcome. Tyrod or Hoyer. Golly, they're both great options, personally. I just actually trust. Trust is, I guess, not a good word. Nope, don't like that one either. I was going to say believe. I'm going to go Hoyer, but it's just the fact that I like the weapons more. Tyrod did fine. I think it's a good matchup. I think that's a potentially high scoring game. But I just believe Hoyer has better control of this offense. And granted, he's 0-12 in his starts. And if that's the case, it should help him boost up and actually grab a win this week. Nightmares back in. Guy. Ooh, a trade. Okay. Brown and Taylor for Jefferson. Golly. Currently have Puka, Tay Adams, Amari Cooper. Oh, Devontae. Okay. Addison, Mixon, Hall, Moss, Foreman. So you're ending up with both running backs for. This sounds like a trade that I would actually tell people be doing is pitching Taylor to the Moss person. I mean, you're pretty good right now. If it's a dynasty of any sort, I'd much rather just keep what I have. But getting that Taylor piece would be nice. Yeah, it gets kind of thin with Foreman there, but you still have Hall and Mixon. I think moving forward, I think you're fine. I'd rather keep Justin Jefferson, but completely understand getting the depth and adding Taylor. He just signed a contract, but that kind of puts Moss in the background, especially once next year comes around. So, Rob, back again. McLaughlin or Foreman is McLaughlin for me, especially in PPR. Hoyer. Chucklemane is still Hoyer. Like that option the most. Tyrod's close, though. Lil Wale. Back again. Wilson or Davis. Ooh. Of them, golly. I want to wait and see on Wilson. I think the opportunity should be there this week. He should easily beat out Salvon. So I'm going to lead Davis here. Definitely more upside too. So he seems to actually like to just beat up on the Patriots. So hopefully that helps. Let's see. Golly. Give everybody a heads up. Let's see. Oh man, Juju's definitely out again. Boy. Yeah. That was news from not that. Yeah. Exactly. It's hard to trust them when it comes to anybody any of their players because you just don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen. That's part of the fun of it. They just love torturing everybody. Neat. Yeah, it's still Davis. Davis has some more upside there. Yeah, I have Ruben. It's probably going to still be Moss. I don't want to play either of them. If I have a choice, then I'm going to go with Davis. Again, when it comes to Cousins being under siege and not in a tougher matchup, I'm worried about Osborne. He also hasn't shown anything that he can be just fantastic, so I'd much rather go with Davis in a better matchup. Adam Lee, welcome. Pick 2 RBs. Harris, Moss, Foreman. It's going to be Harris and Moss. Again, Evans' usage last week with Foreman there just really annoyed me. Not quite sure what they were thinking. So, Polo, JSN. Now, see, I think I chase the upside here and go with JSN. but completely understand Juwan Jennings with Debo probably. I think he was officially ruled out. So with him out, that makes it very appealing to try and throw that in. So still going to lean. Still going to lean JSN there. Would you start DJ Moore with Badgett? Yes. I again, it's going to be between him and Komet. They aren't going to be able to really run the ball because they don't know what to do. So I trust more than anybody else. Whoa, we're only 30 minutes out. Bananas. Buildy, welcome. One receiver, one flex, half PPR. More Pittman, Laporta, McLaughlin, Freeman. It's going to be. I really want to play Laporta. It's going to be more in Pittman. I just think that they have more upside of the options there. McLaughlin's probably pretty safe. We don't know about the backfield for the Rams, and I'm not willing to take a shot on it. I guess it'd be between Freeman and Henderson at this point. And then Laporta's probably your safest bet based on how he's been playing. It's kind of hard to sit him. So, Nibs, welcome. Let's see here. RB2 and flex. Moss, Ingram, Edwards, and Warren. Okay, it's definitely Warren. And then I'm probably going to go Moss just based on opportunity. I absolutely hate the matchup for him, but just kind of how that goes. Ingram isn't being used enough, and I don't think they're going to be in the opportunity to really push him. Either way, you're kind of hoping that they fall into the end zone. Unfortunately, that's where we're at. G-turn, welcome. Pittman, Godwin, or Samuel. Golly, that's close. I am probably gonna still go Pittman here, but man, it's close with Samuel. I know. I'm probably the worst when it comes to this, but I suck with Godwin. Little Wale, I need one tight end, two flexes. Okay, it's gonna be Thomas. Oh, actually, I might go Thomas Smith and then play Freeman and just hope for the upside. Yeah, that's probably how I'm actually going to go. So, going to go Thomas, Smith, and Freeman. Skylish, Meester, welcome. Evans, Ford, Williams, Cook, or Pickens. Pick one. It's Ford. Again, good matchup. A lot of opportunity. Should be the lead back. I like Evans and Pickens. And actually, I like everybody except for Cook on that. So, I honestly don't think you go wrong this week. I think Ford is probably your safest play with the not best ceiling. I think Evans probably has the best ceiling, but again, I think Ford's your highest floor. It's not particularly close. Tamara, welcome in. My RBs are Bijan, Jones, Hubbard. Yeah, forced to play Jones. I'm probably still going to throw out Jones and just hope. If you want to get rid of somebody to play Jones, it's going to be Warren. Especially if this is any kind of PPR. Even if it's not, I think he's the one who gives you the safest options. Hunt, we're not sure on. He was just said that he was going to play today. We don't know how much. Freeman again is in a mixed backfield, so I think I lean Jones here. Hopefully that helps. Jacob, welcome in. Wilson or Kareem Hunt? Golly. It's PPR, so I'm probably going to lean Hunt. Makes me nervous either way. Wilson has a tough matchup. I'm not sure how much they're going to use him. Mostert's still the guy. He probably beats out Salvon, but again, we don't know how much they're going to end up being used. Or it was different last week. We knew Salvon was going to get a lot of usage because they were going to blow him out. This week is a lot different. I think it's going to be more competitive. It might even be lower scoring. Very curious to see how this ends up working out for the Dolphins. So, Ruben, follow up. Moss or Wilson? That's tough. I'm probably going to go Wilson. Don't love it, but just kind of how you have to believe in it. I just really hate the matchup. I know it's horrible, but that matchup for Moss is rough. So going to lean Wilson there. Sorry to make it tough on you. Puka. No, see, this is a question I like. Thank you, Jeremy. Nakua or DJ? They're close. I'm still going to go Puka. Matchup is awesome for him. Want to see how Badgen does with a full week under his belt, but we'll see how that goes. I still think Puka in the matchup, though. I'm that's what I'm chasing. Full faith in starting. Full faith. Depends on what you're calling. I think that if both are playing, they're most likely going to get double-digit scoring. In a PPR format. Outside of that, yeah, I'm not willing to go much higher than that. I think the 49ers are able to dominate the Vikings, so I expect Mitchell to come in either way, or Mason, depending on if the CMC does play. I mean, I'm assuming he does. I think it's just going to be limited because they're going to be out and ahead so far. Mikey, welcome. Gino, Lamar, Purdy. It's man, I have Lamar the highest of these options. I do really like Purdy because again, think the opportunity's there. Think he should be able to dominate that game. But it's Lamar with his rushing, and he actually looked pretty good last week. Anthony, welcome. Standard scoring, I need 1. Golly, you guys are killing me with this. Yep, I agree. I even just reading that, I'm struggling. It's going to be Wilson. Don't really trust Moss because of the matchup and the Rams backfield. I have to see it first. Unfortunately, that's just going to be how it's going to be for me when it comes to the Rams. Absolutely terrifying. James Cook or Godwin? Golly. It's probably Godwin, just because pass catching. The fact that Cook is splitting so much with Latavius really bothers me. It makes me extremely nervous for him. So, yeah, I think that's how I'm going to roll with that one. Yeah, I'm going to go Godwin there, which is weird. I get that, but it's something you should be able to learn in your second year, I think, second or third. George Pickens or Jeff Wilson? It's going to be Pickens, more upside. Again, not quite sure how they're going to end up using Wilson this week. Curious to see it, though. Jones or Mostert? Oh, man. Yeah, I just wish we knew if they were actually going to limit him. That's the only thing really keeping me away from it. So I'm going to go Mostert to play it safe. Jones definitely has the upside, but the fact that we aren't 100% sure he's going to see the full allotment of snaps makes me pretty nervous. George Pickens or Jeff Wilson? Is Pickens. Javonte Williams or Warren? Golly. I'm going to go Williams. I know this isn't going to be popular, but I think the matchup is really good for him. Warren has been very consistent with how he's been used, and he's seeing double digits. I just think that even with the split, both him and McLaughlin have the opportunity to hit double digit scoring this week. So, and they almost, when it came to their actual usage, was pretty close. Oh, a guillotine. You should make sure you watch the show on Tuesday then. We do have a Guillotine League show. Pick one of Evans, Freeman, Wilson. Yeah, I'm probably going to go Wilson here just because I believe that he's going to be used. And I don't love the matchup for the other two. It's really a coin flip. I think of those two, I'm probably leaning Freeman, but I've seen Royce Freeman play football. I can't trust that he's going to be anything better than he's been. Hammonegger, start 2, Rice, Jacoby, Godwin, or Deontay. It's Myers and Johnson. Rice has been solid, but Hardman's coming in. Still knows the offense unless they change just a whole bunch, which I doubt. So that makes me nervous for Rice and how he's been used. Again, I don't think this game's going to be very high scoring, so I'm nervous about it. Ruben, Raiders, Bucks, Rams. Golly, these are all pretty good defenses. I think I have the Bucks the highest right now. which nope. I actually have the Raiders the highest because I don't believe in in Badgett because of the fact that they have good pressure. I think that's going to help them a lot. Justin, welcome in. 1 on receiver, 1 flex. Cooper, Watson, London, Gibbs. Golly, they're all close. It's going to be Watson and Cooper. So options. I really like London this week though, and Gibbs should be close to double digits this week if he gets used more. It's gonna be close, but I trust Watson and Cooper for big games. G-turn, welcome. Pittman and Godwin. Pittman, again, doesn't really matter the format. The way that Mitchie's been looking at him, it's definitely the hard eyes. That was more corny than I was expecting it to come out. Sorry about that. Hunter JT. Oi. Mikey. Going to go Hunt. It's a easier matchup. They're in the same game, but they're both being used in ways that you're not sure of. I wish we knew that Hunt was healthy, but a lot of risk there. So I'm going to go Hunt, but completely understand it. Warren or Moss. If it's any kind of PPR, it's going to be Warren. Like the matchup more. Like how they've been using him. Browns, again, I know it's bias. I know it's just the fact that the Browns are good. I hate the fact that they're splitting between Moss and Taylor. So positive side that they're both being used in the pass game as well. So it's giving them a little bit of boost, but Warren's being used more. Alan Parker, need one. Flex, Najee, Gabe, or JSN. I'm going to go. Oh my gosh. I'm probably going to go Davis. Offers the most upside. So that's how I like to play with my flexes. I usually go with the guy I think is giving me the most upside. If you're looking at a floor, you're probably going to lean Harris. Guaranteed touches, decent matchup, saying 3.9 yards per carry, but he needs, like I said, to fall in the end zone to really boost his day and be what you want in fantasy. See, there you go. We have a full show dedicated just to guillotine leagues. So they didn't invite me this year, so I'm not playing in guillotine. Sorry, I have no idea about it. That's not true. We played last year. It was fun, just not my area of expertise for sure. So I'm rolling out Davis because I like that home run swing. All right, Anthony, one more. Well, at least you know injuries and by have killed Dobbs, Ritter, or Hoyer. This actually isn't as bad as it seems. Let's see. I have Ritter at 17, Hoyer at 20, and Dobbs at 22. So they're all quarterback twos, but that's the order I have them in. So right now I'm going to lean Ritter based on the matchup. I think he has the best one, and Dobbs kind of seems to struggle when he is throwing the ball, any kind of depth. So if he was more accurate, he would be a heck of a quarterback. I have Jones in my flex, to your point. Yeah, Jones definitely offers more upside. That's part of the benefit of him in any kind of PPR. That's also why I like doing this more. I love FLA because I can give you an answer, but being able to talk it out and actually get a more of a conversation going, I think actually helps with your picks. Mikey, welcome in. London, Sutton, or Samuel. Golly. Going to go Sutton here. Wilson continues to throw the ball and really focuses on him. I love London this week. Actually, I don't think you go wrong with any of them. I think they all are great options, but I have Sutton ranked the highest. So, hope that helps, Mikey. Royce, Scooby, probably butchered that. Sorry. Need one. Ingram, Freeman, Gibbs, or Mitchell. Mitchell. Love how easy that one was. 15 minutes. We're already getting there. Henderson or Ingram? Oh my gosh. Going to go Henderson. There's more. Hey, Bill. It's been a minute. More upside there. Again, that Cardinals offense is weird without Connor there. That split's awkward. So I'm going to go Henderson and just hope that he's the guy. Running back rankings. All right, let me pull this up real quick. CMC, Jones, Ford. Okay, so I currently have it Jones, Ford, CMC, Warren, Foreman. That's how I have it. Again, I've kind of touched on my fact that I think that Mitchell is actually going to get a decent amount of run. I have him as almost as an RB2 right now. So, just behind Gibbs. So that's how I would rank it: is Jones, Ford, CMC, Warren, Deontay. Big one. Hey, you're back. Pick a D. Giants, Rams, or Lions. Oh my gosh. Probably it's close with the Rams and Lions. I think I'm going to go the Rams against Pickett. I know they're coming off the bye, but Rams have actually looked like a decent defense. I'm not touching the Giants. Not going to happen. It's really between the Rams and the Lions. Lions have a good defense, but they're playing Baltimore, who's looked like they've started to get stuff together. So I'm going to trust the Rams here against the Steelers. Kevin, welcome. Michael Meyer, Josh Palmer. It's Palmer. Again, when it comes to Meyer, I'm not sure if it's an injury issue with Adams, how he's being used. His recent uptick in snap usage is a positive for him, but I'm still waiting to see it. Palmer, I know, is going to be out on the field a lot, especially in a game where they're going more likely to have to throw. And so I'm going to go Palmer there. Hope that helps, Kevin. 15 minutes. Tamara, always happy to help. Glad you can join us. Glad I've been able to help you somewhat, I guess, in the past. Nibs, normal scoring for quarterbacks. Normal to who? All right. I think, let me see. I think I have Hal the highest. It's between Hal right now and Mayfield. I have them literally back to back. And so I'm going to go Hal with a better matchup. Oh, actually, no. I have all three of them. I have the first three back to back to back. And I actually have Wilson the highest against the Packers. So I haven't been wrong except for when Evans got injured and then last week. So of the 6 weeks, I've only been wrong twice. A third of the time. That's not that bad. It could be worse. Swift or Walker? Ooh, man. I'm going to go Walker just because they like to run him into the end zone. Charbonnet's also been dealing with injury. I think that also adds opportunity for him. And with DK struggling and or limited, it's hard to get away from Walker at this point. Alan Parker, pick a flex. Robinson or London? Oh my gosh. It's Robinson in standard and half. Then it gets closer in PPR. I think I might go London, but I still think Brian Robinson in this matchup should just feast. It shouldn't even be an issue. So I'm expecting to go over 100 yards today. All purpose, not just because I'm guessing he's probably gets around 80 yards and then maybe some catches for additional yards there as well. So allegedly, I love the name. Jacoby Myers or Cook. In PPR, it's Myers. Absolutely hate the matchup for Cook. And the fact that, as Neil brought up, Cook can't pass block, so he's seeing less snaps. And they've actually been using Murray as the kind of the grinder. So I'm going Myers. 10 minutes. Get him in. I know. I've been trying to set a bet all morning, and I can't get it to go through. It's extremely frustrating. So, all right. Browns, Seattle, Tampa Bay. I like the Bucks, but I've still leaned the Browns. Minshew had, I think, 2 interceptions last week, and that wasn't against a very difficult matchup. Browns are actually really good when it comes to pretty much every aspect of their defense at this point, and Clowney's potentially going to be back this week, or should be back. Terrified. Absolutely terrified. So I'm going to go Browns, but I get playing the Bucks too. Hey, welcome. Would you start Foreman or Wilson over Cook or Gibbs? I might play Wilson over Cook, but I'm starting Gibbs no matter what this week. Yulin Goddard. I'm going to go Laporta. Goddard's been dealing with injury this week as well. And then for your 2 flex spots, it's going to be Ford and Watson. Again, I hate the matchup for Cook, so that's part of the reason I'm fading him so hard. And the fact that that split is not ideal. So hopefully that helps. Last one, I promise. I will believe you when it happens. Actually, it might just be your last chance. Ha ha. Swift or London PPR. I'm probably going to go London just because it is PPR. It's hard to get away from Swift because it's guaranteed points. It's much easier. If you want to go save, Swift is definitely the option. I just think there's so much upside today with London in a decent matchup where they're going to have to throw. It really is just that's way get into the end zone, which is more than likely going to end up happening. It's just going to be tough. So I'm playing London, but completely understand you playing Swift because it's that safer play. Ryan Corning, welcome. 5-point quarterback touchdown. Allen or Tua? It is Tua for me. Think the opportunity's there. Think he's going to have to pass. Allen is again, it's against the Patriots, so it's usually a lower scoring affair. And so I'm going to go Tua here with more upside potential. Yeah, yo mama, welcome back. Watson or Love? Golly. Watson has it much easier, but his upside is really limited because I think they're going to be able to run a lot. So I'm going to go Love, but I absolutely hate it. I think Watson is much safer, has better options. I just Love offers that upside. So it depends on what you need, I guess. I hate Love. I can't the fact that he's only looking at Watson or at Christian Watson, not Deshaun, really makes it tough. So Corning back. All right. Osborne, Palmer, Rice, or Johnson. Half. So you also want yardage here. It's probably still going to be Palmer. It's close with Johnson. But again, he's just coming back, not 100% sure on his health. So I'm going to lean the safe floor there and go with Palmer. Would you trade Ridley Rashawn for Ford and if it's a dynasty league, probably not. If it is a redraft, yes. I think Ford and Javonte actually have a lot of upside. It's a team that's a side that I want. Ridley, anytime he's faced man to man and had tough coverage, he's just gotten shut down, as we saw this past week. It's part of the reason that I faded him so hard. So I guess that was Thursday, but yeah, I mean, I think you're perfectly fine getting rid of Ridley at this point. Skylar, Laporta with Baltimore, fast LBs or Goddard. It's again the issue with Goddard dealing with injury and the fact that him and Smith continue to split that. So I'd much rather go with the thing that I know and trust in Laporta. I don't want the mystery box. I'd much rather take the boat. Rice or Lockett? It's Lockett. Again, everybody continues to underestimate him, continues to put up good numbers every week, more consistent. Like Rice, but again, Hardman's back. Don't love that. So I'm going to play Lockett. 5 minutes. Wow, we're getting close. Stevenson or Foreman? Oy. I'm gonna go Stevenson. The Bills running has actually allowed for some decent matchups. So Dream who? Wilson versus Packers, Hal versus Giants. Yep, I have them almost exactly like that. So I'm going to go Wilson. Offers the most upside. Has actually been a top 12 quarterback on the year. I think he only had 1 week where he wasn't in the top 12. So, and is currently, let me double check. Currently, our quarterback 11 on the year. His worst game was actually last week where he had 8.9. So, hard to get away from. Lockett or Gibbs? It's Lockett again, PPR. I like Gibbs as a potential for breakout. I'm just not willing to trust it at this point, because they aren't fully using him. And when it comes to the red zone, I'm guessing that Reynolds gets the nod again. Jay Chavez, welcome. Deontay, Wandale, Robinson. It's going to be Robinson and 2-2. I'm chasing the upside there. I'm not sure on Hunt's health, and Foreman's been hit or miss all week. So getting away from it. Ingram or Moss? Oh, really have these back to back. I'm going to roll out Moss, but I don't love it. So, hate you have to have this option at this point, but Moss has been putting up more consistent numbers. Hope that helps, Rodney. Ties back. All right, Watson. Oh, it's Watson. Not even gonna mess with it. It's gonna be Watson for me. So only Love has eyes for him. He was a first read a lot last week. Yeah, I'm glad I made you laugh. But hey, if you guys haven't already, make sure you join our Discord. Only $3 a month. You can go to a high tier package and include some additional stuff. We also have roster resolution for $5. We will look at your team and your league and help you come up with trades and do potential waiver wire pickup options. We've done a couple of them at this point and seems to be helping. We'll see if it ends up as a long-term thing. It was definitely a lot of fun, but that in mind, really hope you guys enjoy week 7. Have a lot of good, well, I wouldn't say good games. It's going to be fine. It's going to be an okay week. I'm actually expecting a lot of low scoring games. It's going to be back and forth battles, but really just appreciate everybody coming out and joining us. I much prefer this over FLA when it comes to Sundays, especially because it's always so busy. So Palmer versus Casey, London. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take the safer play in London. I know how much he's going to be used. I do think Palmer has a really good day today, but it's hard to get away from the wide receiver one. But all right, I'm going to get out of here. That in mind, I hope everybody has a good week 7. Good luck. Hopefully I helped you some. If not, you can always come and yell at me. I'm used to it by this point. Really appreciate it, everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow with the Waiver Wire Show. Outside of that, remember, have a good week 7. And, excellent. Cheers. Going to get out of here. Remember, as always, keep up the nonsense.